भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीमुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। Rudraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 26th chapter, and the title of this chapter is Understanding the Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. So in this chapter, there is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. His name is Kapila, Bhagavan Kapila, and he is explaining to his mother, Mata Devhuti, about how this material world or universe is composed of or created. Um, so this whole material creation is composed of basically 24 elements, which includes five Panchat Mahabhuta, which is earth, water, air, fire, and ether. Then there are five objects uh, which are associated with all the like sound. Sound is one of the main component of this whole universe. Similarly, smell is component of the element. Touch is one of the component of the creation. So sound, touch, smell, uh, all these are uh, then form. Like everything has a form, right? So that is also and so sound, touch, form, then taste. We eat anything and it has taste, which is not visible, but is there. It is there. Whole part of the creation is there. So one of the component of the creation is the Pancha Mahabhuta. Everywhere there is earth, water, air, fire, ether. Along with that, there are these five qualities, which is sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Then there are everybody has or sense organs, even the living or non-living, like all the humans or animals. Like eyes, nose, ears,
Yes, sound.
skin, right? So these are called karmen gnanendriyas, by which we get the knowledge, by which we get the information. So these are called pancha gnanendriyas, and then five karmendriyas, by which we do action, like legs, hands, like that. So there are five karmendriyas, five gnanendriyas, five elements, and five objects. So how many? 20. Now, in addition, there is a mind which is not visible, but every living entity has a mind. Every living entity has intelligence. Every living entity has an ego. So, mind, intelligence, and ego. And then the 24th element is the consciousness. Everybody has consciousness. That consciousness is the symptom of the soul, Atma, right? So, all this together forms the composition of the material universe. This is called Sankhya Yoga. Now, all these elements initially they are in unmixed state. They are not mixed together. They are like separate, separate, separate. Then, with the influence of time, with the influence of three gunas, sattva guna, raja guna, and tamo guna, and with the influence of the God Himself, the creation, the Bhagavan Vishnu, then all these elements are mixed together, and it forms the real universe. Everything starts creation. Like for example, when you are preparing the food, all the items are in a separate state. Then you cut them, then you mix them together, then you add the water, then you start boiling, then something is formed, right? So there is a person who is doing everything. They don't mix by themselves, right? Really? Similarly, whole material universe is composed of these 24 elements, but they are in a separate state. Then with the intervention, and then these elements are also created by Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu, Everything is created. Then, under the influence of the expansion of Mahavishnu, called as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, they are mixed together, and then the creation is formed like that. Now, these living entities are formed. Similarly, the whole material universe, like this Earth. Earth is a place, a planet. Similarly, there are innumerable planets like this. And every planet has a composition. We talked about the composition of the living entity, but there is a composition of all the planets, and that is explained here in this shloka. So we can see that our cultural, this Srimad Bhagavatam has very scientific information. This is all scientific, right? What we studied just talked now. So here, further, the whole it's mentioned here. एतदण्डविशेषाख्यम् क्रमवृद्धिर्दशोत्तरे तोयादिभिः परिवृत्तम् प्रधानेन वृते ब्रहि यत्र लोकविनातनयो रूपं भगवान् हरि. So here the translation is, this universal egg or the universe in the shape of an egg is also called the manifestation of material energy. Its layers, it is layers of water, air, fire, sky, ego, and Mahat Tattva increase in the thickness one after another. Each layer is 10 times bigger than the previous one, and the final outside layer is covered by Pradhana. Within this egg is the universal form of Lord Hari, of whose body 14 planetary systems are parts. So here we can see that entire creation, how it is composed of. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you a picture of this here. Uh, Universe, creation, Bhagavatam. So here, if we see images, here you see that this is the entire universe which is composed of. I'm going to show you one of them. This is one of the creation of the universe. So how does this is the, you see that? So this is, let me see if I can enlarge this one. Yeah, here. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. Okay, just one second. Just give me 1 second. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, here. So you can see. Sorry, I clicked the wrong. Uh, Here is the. This is the material world, and it is created by this Mahavishnu here. This is also called Karnodakshay Vishnu, right? You can see that. From him appears the innumerable universes, like a bubble. And then here in this is the composition of single universe. You see that, right? And then layers: earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, and Mahat. You see that, right? So now here, what you see is, oops, I enlarged it more than required. We go back here. Okay, now here. So what you see here is this Mahavishnu, after creating all these universes, these all bubbles, right? Yeah. And each bubble has these layers, right? You get it? Yeah, I got it. You see multiple bubbles here? All these bubbles are nothing but the universes. And this cloud-like thing is the Mahat Tattva. Okay, this Mahat Tattva means that this is the source of all the elements. What we are seeing, 24 elements, they come from this Mahat Tattva. This is like a reserve bank, uh, where all these elements are there. And then this Mahat Tattva is also created from Bhagavan Vishnu, Mahavishnu. And then There is a These are composed of earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, and Mahatattva. These are in layers, and each layer of them is like 10 times bigger than the other. So, like earth is the material minerals, you can say earthly elements. Then there is water. So water is 10 times thicker than, right? Like that. So now, and then in each of the universe, Mahavishnu will enter as a Garbhodakshay Vishnu here in the center. This is the universe. This is not Earth. We are talking about the whole universe. Universe, right? And then here from Mahavishnu, sorry, Garbhodakshay Vishnu is on the Sheshanag. You see Ananta Shesh here, and on he's sleeping here, and Mata Lakshmi is serving him, and from his navel comes this lotus flower where Lord Brahma is presiding. Huh? And then in the stem of this lotus flower, I'm going to enlarge it here. You see, uh, there are 14 lokas. Huh? So here is the earth, seventh number, right? You see here. Then on above is Bhur. So our earth is called Bhur, Bhuva, and Swa. And the Gayatri Mantra Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So here is Bhur is earth, Bhuva is a little higher planet system, Swa is the more higher planet. So it's also called as Deva Loka, Swarga Loka. And then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. And then on the top is Brahmaji, Brahma Loka there. And then lower than the earthly planet is Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. Huh? And then here is these are the lower planet system called Narak Loka. Huh? So then all the Devi Devatas, they are created from Brahmaji. Now all this material universe is looked after by Maya Devi, Durga, Durga, Mahamaya, yeah, right? And then Lord Shiva is also here, Shambhu and Rama Devi. So like, but the main person is Mahavishnu. Now, so this is the whole thing. You understood this? So each of this is one universe. Every universe here, you see there's another bubble having the similar. So there are innumerable universes like that. We are not talking about one planet. We are talking about the whole universe. And there are innumerable universes. You just can't count the bubbles in the water. Similarly, so many universes exist on the. This is the creation of the whole universe, right? Now, here is another picture. You understand? So this is how the whole universe has been described. This is a description of material universe in Shrimad Bhagavatam, right? So here we are going to go back to this one, and Srila Prabhupada is explaining here about this. This universe, or the universal sky, which we can visualize with the innumerable planets, is shaped like an egg. This is what we just learned, right? As an egg is covered by the shell, the universe is also covered by various layers. The first layer is water, the next layer is fire, and then air, then the sky, and ultimate holding crust is pradhana, which is Mahat Tattva we talked about. Hmm? Mahatattva, yeah. Within the egg-like universe is the universal form of Lord Virata Rupa. We saw that Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu is sitting there. Huh? All the different planetary situations are part of his body. Now, all these planetary systems, they are also coming from Krishna, from Mahavishnu. Right? This is already been explained in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. So, what we are learning, we just show you picture. This was also mentioned in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The planetary systems are considered to form different bodily parts of the universal form of Lord. The person who cannot directly engage in the worship of transcendental form of Lord are advised to think of and worship this universal form. So you see, there are some people who have difficulty in accepting Lord Vishnu. They don't believe in Lord Vishnu. They say, oh, we have never seen Lord Vishnu, so how can we believe? They've never seen Lord Krishna. but they can see the universe. They can see the creation. They, if they even see, they can't see the creator. They can see the creation. Is that right? They can see the sun, the moon, the star, the galaxy, the planets. So even if you don't see Lord Vishnu, you see the creation of the Lord Vishnu, right? So they are advised, okay, if you do not want to worship Lord Vishnu, then there is alternative that you can even respect this material universe. When you worship, when you respect the creation, you are respecting Creator, right? Ultimately, He is the one, but you don't know just like that, you know. So that's called universal form. The lowest planetary system called Patal is considered to be the soul of Supreme Lord. So we understood the 14 planetary system, right? So lowest is the Patal. And earth is considered to be the belly of the Lord. The Brahma Loka or the highest planet system, where Brahma lives, is considered to be the head of the Lord. So now this 14 planet system, starting from Brahma Loka to Patal Loka, if you imagine like a person standing there, then the topmost planetary system, which is Brahma Loka, is the head of the Supreme Lord, and then Earth is the belly, and the Patal Loka is the foot of the Lord. This Virata Purusha is considered an incarnation of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is Krishna as confirmed in Brahma Samhita, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. The Virat Purusha is also Purusha, but he is not Adi Purusha. Adi Purusha is Krishna. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So this is a shloka from Brahma Samhita where Brahmaji, we saw Brahmaji at the top. When whole universe was created, then Brahmaji was wondering, oh, what is this? Because he was the first living entity created. You entered a room and nobody is there. You're wondering what is this place about, right? So Brahmaji, when he was created, he was not sure why he is created and what is his work. So he was wondering, and then he got enlightenment. Oh, this is all created by Krishna. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. And then he composed a prayer called as Brahma Samhita. So this is from Brahma Samhita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is also accepted as Adi Purusha, original Purusha. Krishna says, no one is greater than me. There are innumerable expansions of Lord, and all of them are Purushas or enjoyers, but neither the Virat Purusha nor the Purusha Avatar, Karanadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu, nor any of the many other expansion is the original form. You see? Now, what we saw Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu, from him comes the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And then each of you, a living entity, all of us, in you, in me, or all the living entities, there is a Krishna there in the form of Paramatma. And that is called a Shirodakshay Vishnu. So there are different Vishnus. You see, here I'm going to show you again this picture. Oops, this is Paramatma, right? And then we go back to this picture. Let's see this one. What is it here? And here, you see that? So now here is the Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu, right? Then he expands into each of the universe as a Vishnu. You see there's Vishnu lying here, Vishnu lying here. So that is called Garbhodakshay Vishnu, right? So this is Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the expansion of Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu. And then this Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands into each of us as Shirodakshay Vishnu. But all these are here. This is the ultimate picture here. You see here now. I hope we can. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is a beautiful picture. Okay, here is the thing. This is the ultimate picture of everything. Okay, so this is very nice. You see that? Here is the Krishna Golok Vrindavan Dham in the top. I'm going to expand a little bit. Then here is the expansion of this. So you see Golok Vrindavan Dham here, total. And then Radha and Krishna. Then there is Mathura Dham. Then there is the Dwarka Dham. Okay, these are the flowers, petals of the lotus flower. Okay. Then Outside this, there is another layer. This is called Vaikuntha. And all the expansions of Lord, like you see Kurma Avatar, Narsimha Avatar, all the Vaikuntha Loka. This is, you see, this is Vaikuntha Loka. This is Madhurya Loka, Madhurya Dham here, huh? Where Lord Krishna and his expansion are Krishna is residing. And then here is the Vaikuntha Loka, where all the like Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar, Varaha Avatar, Narsimha Avatar, uh, Mahalakshmi Devi, and billions of other Lakshmis, and, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarshan. These are second expansion of Krishna. They are lying here. This is called Vaikuntha Loka. You see that? So this is spiritual world. This is not material world. Here is the material world. Here, bottom. And this is spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, and this is the Madhurya Loka, Vaikuntha Loka, and then there is a Shiva Kailash Loka. Kailash Loka is also part of spiritual world, where Lord Shiva is residing eternally. Okay. Then there is this Brahma Jyoti, which is like a space where there is a lot of light, effulgence coming out of Krishna's Loka, spiritual world. And then there is this material world. Now, in the material world, you see the Mahavishnu we talked about, or Karnadakshay Vishnu. So, this is a Karnadak ocean, right? Uh, or Virja river, causal ocean. And then this Karnadakshay Vishnu, from his body, innumerable bubbles are coming. You see that? We talked about it before. And each of the bubble you see, like here, this is the miniature of this bubble. Here is the, I'm going to expand this. You see Garbhodakshay Vishnu? Huh? He is expanding, right? And then from his body, he is lying on a Shesha, and then from his navel is coming this lotus flower. And on the top is Brahmaji. And then there is a Bhurloka. You are here. You see that? You are here. This is the middle planet system called earthly planet. There is a higher planet called is Lord Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, or heavenly planets where 33 million demigods they reside there. Then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Huh? And then there are lower planet system: Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. These are lower planet system, right? So this is one material world. This is one material world, what we just saw. Huh? And then there are innumerable material worlds like bubbles, lots of bubbles. In each of this bubble, what you see is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, right? So you got the idea? So this is the material world, and this material world is resting upon Ananta Shesha. You see that? Ananta Shesha, Lord Sankarshan. All the universes rest on this unlimited hoods of this Ananta Shesha. And then each of these universe, there is a Mata Durga expansion, Durga Devi. And then all the Devi Devatas also are residing here. You see Lord Ganesha and Indra and Lord Shiva's expansion here. So all these are there. And then as we talked about each of the layer, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, Mahatattva, right? So each of the layering, each of the covering is 10 times the diameter of the previous covering, right? So this is how the whole universe. You got the idea? So this is from Brahma Samhita. Okay. So this is the material world. This is the spiritual world, and the material world, there is a destruction. This whole material world, right? What you see here, at the end of the whole creation, there's a time comes when all this material world, all these bubbles, what you see here, they will be finished, and everything goes back to Mahavishnu. So everything goes in his body. It's called pralaya. And everything is finished, then it goes back into Mahavishnu, and then it comes back. And because material world, it has expiry date. It has original date and expiry date. Manufacturing and expiry.
When you're talking about the Mahapralaya or something like
Ah,
that.
then everything goes back into Mahavishnu. Like, and then this spiritual world, it has no destruction. It is eternal. And there are living entities. So now here you see that mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Where does the mantra takes you to? Golok Vrindavan Dham. So you see that the line of the mantra here coming? I'm just tracking here now more and more here. It takes you from material world into spiritual world. So as soon as you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you are transmitted into the Golok Vrindavan Dham. You understand? So even though you are here, you are not here.
I can connect with the
You're directly connected. Like you are here in Thunder Bay, but if you call your parents, you get immediately connected to your parents back home, right? You're from Bangladesh. So if you call your parents in Bangladesh, immediately you're
meaning
talking in.
back.
Similarly, our eternal Father is Lord Krishna residing in Golok Vrindavan Dham. But as soon as you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you see, you're immediately
Immediately
connected
connect.
with Krishna. That is as good as being with Krishna. Because you physically cannot go there, you cannot go to Bangladesh,
Yeah, but I can
but you
connect.
can talk and connect as good as you are with your parents, right? So that is the situation for all of us at this time. Huh? So you got the creation idea,
Yeah,
right? You got it, everything. So now we are going to read more. Okay. So here, there are innumerable expansions of the Lord. All of them are Purushas and enjoyers, but neither the Virat Purusha nor the Purusha Avatar, which are Karanadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Kshirodakshay Vishnu, nor any of the expansion is original. Original is Krishna in the Golok Vrindavan Dham. Right? Everything is coming from Krishna in the Golok Vrindavan Dham. In each universe, there is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, we talked about. The Virat Purusha or Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is in the heart of
inside
all the living
us.
entities. Huh? The active manifestation of Virat Purusha is described here. Persons who are in the lower grade of understanding regarding the Supreme Personality of Godhead may think of the universal form of the Lord, for that is advised in Bhagavatam. So, this is what Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us about the whole creation. Now, even the NASA scientists they cannot understand this because they do not have understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam so nicely explains the whole creation. Even the 24 elements, we start from smallest of the small part of the creation, 24 basic elements, to the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and we go to the spiritual world. Everything is explained here. The dimensions of the universe are estimated here. The outer covering is made up of layers of water, air, fire, sky, ego, and Mahatattva. And each layer is 10 times greater than the previous ones. The space within the hollow of the universe cannot be measured by any human scientist or anyone else. And beyond the hollow are seven coverings, each one 10 times greater than the one preceding it. So you see, this universe is in the shape of an egg, right? And then there are layers, and then you cannot measure the space. There is no human brain can even fathom the depth of it. You see, you are from the fishery science, for example. You're studying the fishery, right?
Yeah.
In the water also, there are so many types of living entities, so many types of fishes.
Yeah.
Forget about one fish. There are millions of varieties of fishes. In addition, in the water, there are so many other aquatics. There are snakes also in the water.
Yeah, snakes, snails, and everything.
So many, right?
Yeah.
They say Jaladha Navalakhani. There are 9 million types of species in the water. Sthavara Dakshavinsati. There are 10 million types of species on the planet, on the earth. There are other living entities in the sky, flying. uh, So there are different types of living entities. You just can't count the types of species. Now this is small understanding. This is one small universe.
And scientifically, it's believed that we only can explore 5% of the total ocean area.
Not even 5%. I mean, the 5% will be a great achievement.
Yeah.
Even 1% if we understand it. Because you see, Krishna just by glance, when you visit the aquarium, you can see so many beautifully designed aquatics.
Yeah. Yeah,
right? They
lot of
have color combination of those fishes. When you go to the aquarium, you can see the how Krishna is created.
I'm doing my research about jellyfish, and
Ah,
it's it's really beautiful.
yeah,
Sometimes it just like this,
correct.
and when it's open, it's all the arms and everything
Yeah,
looks so great.
right.
Yeah,
Jellyfish. You see, jellyfish is now such a wonderful creation. Now, just to create a replica of that small jellyfish will take lifetime. Krishna, just by glance, just creating and destroying millions of those in a fraction of a second, right? And similarly, when you see the birds, there are so many birds in the forest, and they have different color combination, they have different sound. Every bird has a different languages. Similarly, there are languages of plants. Plants also talk. Plants also have a sense. When you see a plant growing, the plant will automatically grow
some
towards the sun, or where they find the support to
support.
grow. Vine. So the plants also have intelligence. So Krishna has created so many things, and then this is the smaller creation. The bigger creation we are learning here, all the universes, right? So this is how everything. So similarly, the layer of the air is 10 times greater than that of fire. These dimensions are all inconceivable to tiny brain of human being. So tiny brain cannot think about the whole creation. Our brain is so insignificant. It is also stated that this description is only one egg-like universe. Yeah, so we saw there are innumerable universes beside this one, and some of them are many, many times greater. It is considered, in fact, that this universe is the smallest. Our universe is the smallest one.
Smallest one,
Uh, See, there are multiple galaxies. Our galaxy is called Milky Way
Milky
galaxy,
Way galaxy.
but there are innumerable galaxies also. Therefore, the predominant superintendent or Brahma has only four heads for the management. Our Brahma has four heads. You know that, right? But there are other universes which are far greater than this one. Brahma has more heads.
Oh,
You understand this? Here we'll go back to this picture. I hope you can understand this one. Okay, here. So uh, we can see that these are innumerable universes. There is Brahma there, right, on the
yeah,
top. The Garbhodaksha Vishnu, navel, and then the Brahmaji
Brahma.
is on the top, right? Now there is Brahma in each of the universes.
So
So then this each of the universe, like our Brahma, has four heads, but then each of the universe has Brahmas which have different types of heads. Some has 100 heads, some has 1,000 heads, some has million heads. You never know because the management is different, the complex. Now if we have one set of Devi Devtas here, but there are in each of the universe there are Devi Devtas. Our Ganesh Ji is here. There are Ganesh Ji everywhere in other universes also. You know. So so here is the Kshirodakshai Vishnu. You see this? This is the expansion of Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who goes and sits in the heart of all the living entities. Even the jellyfish has Vishnu there in that heart. Any smallest insect on the earth also has Lord Vishnu there in the form of a Kshirodakshai Vishnu. You understand this? So there are innumerable Brahmas, and each Brahma has different type of composition. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated that all these Brahmas were called one day by Lord Krishna on the inquiry of the small Brahma, who after seeing all the large Brahmas was thunderstruck. See, there's a very nice story. Our Brahma from this universe, he went one time to see Lord Krishna, and at the gate there were Dwarpals, guardians, Jay and Vijay. So Jay Vijay didn't allow Brahma to go inside directly. So he said, "Why are you stopping me?" So he said, "Who are you?" "I am Brahma. I'm the creator." He's a secondary creator. Krishna is the primary creator.
primary.
But he thought that he's the only Brahma on the planet. So he said, "Which Brahma are you? From which universe?" He said, "What? Is there any other Brahma?" He said, "Yeah." So when this Brahma with four heads went inside, he saw that in the assembly of Lord Krishna, There were innumerable Brahmas assembled there. It was assembly of Brahma, organization, like, the meeting of all the Brahmas of the
All the
universe were
Brahmas
called
were there.
upon. And with Brahma with the forehead went there, he was surprised that there are so many Brahmas on the planet, right? So he was thunderstruck. That is the inconceivable potency of Lord Krishna. No one can measure the length and breadth of the God by speculation or by false identification with the God. These attempts are symptoms of lunacy. Lunacy is craziness, If somebody is lunatic, then he can think that he's God. But can we ever measure the depth and breadth of the Krishna's creation? It is beyond a possibility, right? So this is all about creation of the whole universe, and we can see that the creation is so spectacular, right? Just by looking at this picture, what we learned today, right? So this is from Shrimad Bhagavatam. Shrimad Bhagavatam has wonderful description of creation and creator. Uh, so if you really want to understand the God, Krishna, and if you really want to understand the creation, Shrimad Bhagavatam is a scientific book. What we learned today was absolutely scientific, right? So this is explained by Kapila Dev to Mata Devhuti. And this is for our benefit, When more we understand this creation, more our faith in Krishna increases, right? Because this thing you can't learn from the books. You need to learn, like, from the
Even
material
I
books.
didn't know about this thing.
It's even what I explained you is not even 1% of the explanation from Brahma Samhita. If you literally want to learn more about this, we might have a separate class for that, which might take few hours to learn all this creation. But what I'm saying is that this, like what we learned today, is just 1%. So there are innumerable things to learn. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.